So this is my accurately portrayed Crafsman hut. I'm not going to do any painting this time, I don't think. But if my glue gun was working now, it weren't warmed up around the house. This is only a low temperature glue gun, so if you touch it and everything was quickly, it doesn't burn that. So there we go. Pop that on. So last time I've got my rafters working, and there was this bit here which is not to building code. And this is Crafsman's hut that Volt the Robot, or I can't remember his Thingiverse name, designed after Crafsman designed it. Can't hear any sound overlay. Okay. This time I've started using a different audio device. Now I've got it. So why isn't that sending? Let's turn it all the way up. So if that's not working, let's try and get the sound working with something else going on. How do I do that? Audio input. Do that. Set it to my camo microphone, which is what I did. So I've got 2 microphones going out now. Don't know, one of them, well actually one looks a lot louder than the other, so maybe that will work for you. Let's just delete that one. All right, so can you hear me now, everyone? Don't know. Can you hear me now, Andy, Papa Dave? Oh well, if you can't, you can't. So yeah, so I've got this this corrugated card. Thumbs up or do something if you can hear the sound. Let me know in the chat. I can see the chat now. Right, okay. I think that it was coming out very quietly, I think. So I think I left it, and I had 2 pieces of that, which of course I've lost. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. So I was just going to have a look at cutting a tin roof for the shack. So I bought a ruler. Guess what else I didn't bring? Yeah. So that's about 2-3 mil. I've got the big USB mic up as well. I've got 2 cameras working, but I couldn't get both of them working at the same time. It's been great fun. Maybe I ought to do a private stream later on with a phone. Right, okay, great. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Papa Dave. Is it just Papa Dave, or is there lots of people watching at that connection? So, oh, that's rubbish, isn't it? I've been using this to cut the carpet. I think I better need to get a sharper one on. Let's snap that off. It's got a snapper. Make that a bit sharper this time, I hope. So yeah, I'd like to say, what have you all been doing? Andy, have you eaten that lovely vanilla shake I sent you yet? Bill Hoy, I don't recognise you. I have a theory, but who knows? Right, okay, so that's got two roofs. Are they about the right size? I think they are, yeah. Not yet. Have you even opened the lid yet, Andy? I suppose you kind of keep it. It doesn't seem to go off that. Whereas the resin that you get, if you get moisture in the resin, it goes off. But I've got like a pot of, I'm talking about the silicone rubber, and I've got a pot which catches all of the waste silicone off the spoons I use, and I've actually taken some of that waste silicone which all runs to the bottom of the pot. In fact, this is it. So all the silicone at the bottom, it just, I use this to spoon out the silicone, and then it just goes to the bottom. I want to make a real teeny little bit of silicone, I'll grab a little bit of that and mix a little bit of the hardener in with it, and this still works. So this is just out open to the elements. Obviously most of the silicone I use, but that still works, so it seems to be quite good. And that's a dropper I use for the red stuff. Yeah, okay, so that, I also downloaded some music to play. I couldn't get that working anyway. I think the problem is you can't do everything on OBS on the Mac. Got a little Mac Mini in here that I'm doing this with. It wasn't why I bought the Mac Mini, but I decided to try and use it. And it works and it doesn't work. But I don't think I'm going to be doing this as a regular occurrence. It's just a occasional play. I'm not happy with where that went. Will it come off? Ah, no. Okay, back to the drawing board. Yeah, I downloaded some of Whitebat audio as well. That didn't work. I've got the audio coming through, my audio coming through one of the phones now. It's coming through a Samsung. Right, well that failed, didn't it? I'm going to run out of this paper. Let's try here. At least I've worked out how to see that there's people watching this time. Hope you're proud of me. Just wanted that to come a little bit further so it was at the edge of the, just so it's at the edge there. Try again. I'm going to just try and use the tip to melt the glue that's already on there, see if that will work. A little bit that side as well. Oh well, sort of works. Last week when I streamed, just at immediately the end of the stream, I got a phone call of someone who I wasn't expecting was watching the stream, but they were. So that was nice. And a couple of other people said they'd watched it afterwards. I've worked out now I have to change the OBS screen to the YouTube studio screen, but it doesn't mean I can't see what's going out live. I can see what I've just did, not what I'm doing. It seems I'm staying in the centre of the screen. A bit more down there. Okay, so that has given me, look, spider webs on the inside. So that's given me a tin roof and a few little beams coming out from it. I wanted to do like the bit that goes over the top as well, I think. Whoops. I've got a little bit of spare paper here ready for reuse. Oh, there's a guy from New Zealand, I think, and he does lots of scenery, and he did some shipping containers, and I made a couple of the shipping containers, which was why I had this corrugated paper. It's very cheap, but he did this. He sort of turned over the edge. That's in the video there. Turned over the edge and made like a little 90-degree angle with it for the edges of the containers. So that's what I'm doing. I'll pop that on there, and hopefully when that's painted up it will look a bit more like a little bit of metal at the end over the top. Ooh. Been better off cutting that with a pair of scissors, wouldn't I? Might redo that. Oh, it's a little bit big. Also, the trouble of doing it live is I can't edit out the chair creak, which I am blessed with in the cave. I suppose if SpiderMaf reduced some of his mass, then the chair wouldn't creak as much. Got this from friends who sold up and emigrated to Ecuador. They came back now though, but this was like a little chair that fitted in the little space I've got in the cave. So if I stick a bead of glue down the inside of that, it will hold its shape more. So a plastic reinforced bit of paper. Okay, so that works well. That should hold its shape. Then I think I'll do some. I wasn't sure about doing some on the sides, whether that's too much. Maybe I'll put some more wood on the sides, but maybe that bit at the back is where I regret my decision about the black pencil. So I cut down that edge. That should get me so far. This isn't even corrugated cardboard, it's just corrugated paper. It's very fragile, really. So let's just mark. Yep. Mark the edges on that. almost looks like a shed now. Can't think of any stories to relate to. You know what, I should have put that on first, shouldn't I, and then put these on, and then it could have covered it. Oh well, maybe learning how to do it, isn't it? So let's I might modify it afterwards. Take that about there, at least it's the right shape. Got it. Now that goes on there. Yeah, that'll do. So let's put a spot. Well, you know, I wonder if I remove that and then glue the sides on, that'll support it. It's still not going to put the extra layer on, but yeah, let's remove that. Let's see if I can remove that blob of glue on it. Just remove some of it, then it might go a little bit flatter on there. Yeah, it's a bit better. Let's tack it all down. All right, definitely need to come out over that edge. Oh well, life decisions, eh? Let's get in there. How am I doing for time? I've got 10 minutes now. I've got 10 minutes, but have I got enough to redo that? I've not got enough to hand of this paper to redo it. So yeah, but I need to go a little bit further. I think what I'll do is let's put a blob there. Stick that to the bottom and to my finger and to the printout. All right, well, I mean, it's looking like a shed, apart from you don't get many sheds with yellow roofs, do you? Let's find some paint. Just got a little bit of the grey here, I think. Let's use just use a tad of this. And I'm just going to use the grey as an undercoat to start with, just to see how it looks, really. See whether this works, because this is half wood and half well, paper. I should be able to pull this off if I want to. The other problem that you have with the paper is as soon as you wet it, it slightly distorts, but once it dries, it just goes away. I just want to see whether when it's painted, if it looks more like it's part of the building when it's not bright yellow. You can get away with using yellow on the shipping containers, although they're a bit bright and clean. But having a yellow shipping container is a bit more true to life than having a yellow shed roof. I mean, the grey undercoat will tie it in with all the other bits of grey, but I've got to make it more metallic in the yesterday, and he did a thing about medium. There's a few people who are doing it, doing things about medium recently, and they were saying about how when you water down paint, the obvious thing is to water, but the water actually changes the properties of the paint, which is why it's better to well, I can't even think of a word to use that's not water down. Dilute is the word I'm thinking about. So yeah, if you want to dilute the paint to make it go a little bit further, then using the correct is important. But I've not learned that yet, how to do that yet. Pity I didn't get the music working. Oh well. Seems you need an extra program to capture the audio directly from the browser on the Mac, but I just thought it would work. I looked at it all at the last minute because I was doing something this afternoon, so didn't really get time to do it. Or maybe do another one with just a private stream and practice. Practice. Well, it looks a bit more like a tin roof now. I wonder if this would get the Craftsman's seal of approval. Exciting on a Friday night. Everyone who's anyone in the little crafters world was on Andy's screen. He must have been so proud, Andy. Yeah, what is it that Bill talks about? He talks about the silhouette, doesn't he? Talks about the silhouette of a model, and once you prime the silhouette, then that's what pulls it together. And I think that has done it to an extent. Yeah, it was awesome, Andy, wasn't it? Funny that Volt and Craftsman appeared at the same time. But yeah, it's good. I noticed they're doing a virtual presence at one of the cons. It was Comic-Con this weekend. It might even be still going on now. I think it might be. My son went there in costume and was very happy because lots of people asked him what he was asked him for a photo. Unfortunately, I still have no idea who he was dressed up as, but he was definitely dressed up. Oh, look, I've gone over that. Yeah, I'm going to have to redo this anyway. Yeah, so I think that works. I mean, it still looks a bit ramshackle. It would probably do if I wasn't, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that on there. I'm going to take the roof off and redo it so it's got a little bit of an overhang, and then I'll be more comfortable with it. And I don't know whether I'll do some planks or something for the back. I was thinking about doing a plank effect with the bolster I've got. Maybe dragging some patterns, some wood patterns. I mean, it is wood, but dragging some more wood patterns into it and trying to make it a bit more like that. But I think that might be a bit difficult to get it to match because that's a lot thinner than this balsa wood would be. But yeah, I think that's worked. I think I'm coming to the end of this now. I only wanted to do half an hour so as not to bore everybody silly, but I'll just find something to wash my brush in, because I'd forgot I was doing some painting. Somewhere here I'll use this friendly beaker type thing. I noticed you'd got some of these, Andy, on yeah, I am going to do Ezra, hello. I am going to do not have this grey. I'm going to do more of it. Somewhere I've got some gunmetal. I thought I'd do gunmetal and then rust it up, but that I'll probably do. But as I'm going to do this, I just wanted to look whether it looked right and whether it looked to scale. I think it does really. It does look like corrugated iron a little bit. I know Crafsman, when he did it, this corrugation down here was a lot, you know, he did sort of some special way of doing that, but I don't think I think the roof corrugated iron is different, maybe other irons. So yeah, oh well, so I'll do that. I should probably leave this now. Thank you for joining me for my second live experiment. Sorry, Ezra, just turning off as you get here. Nothing personal. I'd planned to just have this for half an hour or so. It says I've been going for 29 minutes, so that's okay. If you like another one, another stream like this, I might do it. It probably won't be the same time. I just am more available than I normally am. But yeah, so I appreciate everybody watching. Been a few people that have come and caught up. I'll probably finish this now, not live. I'll redo this top bit, but do similar again, and then paint it up with some other pictures, and then maybe pop them on the Instagram, and take it from there. So thanks for joining, everyone. If you like this, I have to say, please subscribe. But looking at some of the names, you probably know. Well, thanks for joining me, everyone, and I will say goodbye to you all. Thanks again, guys.